When I first heard this news about Magic Johnson, I didn't believe it. Like somebody had told me that Magic had resigned, and I thought it was like one of those reports from like you know, some non-credible website. Like how like you have those websites that will announce that a celebrity died, but you can tell it's bullshit just from the way, number one, from the article, the way it's read and written, and you look at the website itself. You know what I'm saying? Like www.insidersources.com. Like I never heard that fucking website before. Say, beloved comedic actor Eddie Murphy has perished in a skiing accident in Switzerland. You're like, that sounds like bullshit. What nigga like to ski? Come on. I remember one year though, I think it was 2013, Paul Walker, the day before he died, there was an internet rumor that he had died. And his agent had to come out and uh, clear up the rumor and say, no, Paul Walker is alive and well, it's just a rumor, yada yada yada. And then the very next day he gets into that race car with that race car driver, and then he actually did die, and died in a way that was absolutely disgusting and awful. You know. But anyway, as I try to clumsily segue into what this video is about, Magic Johnson did indeed resign as the president of basketball operations for the Los Angeles Lakers. He announced it via press conference, and interestingly enough, he did not inform his boss, owner Jenny Buss, of the decision. And there's a lot of speculation as to why he did it, why he chose to quit. I don't know all the answers. I guess none of us do. We can kind of speculate. But one thing I noticed about Magic Johnson in that press conference is there was a lot of relief on his face. You can tell there was a lot of inner tension um, just below the surface. But as the press conference went on, um, you could tell there was relief. And I saw those as tears of joy, like tears of, I'm finally free. Magic's reaction was like a slave that had got his freedom papers and shit, man. Like he couldn't believe it. He was free. He didn't have to be shackled anymore. I think he used the term handcuffed in that press conference. And he talked about how he couldn't tweet and shit. He couldn't speak his mind about certain shit. It's interesting, you have a president of the United States who can tweet about any fucking thing, right? But Magic Johnson felt like, he said he couldn't even congratulate Russell Westbrook on having the 2020 game because people would say it was tampering. Well, why is Magic tweeting? Is he courting Russell Westbrook when his contract is up? No, motherfucker, he just congratulated him because he's a fellow NBA player and think that was a great milestone. But he shouldn't be doing that. He's an executive with the Lakers. Whatever, man. And it has to annoy Magic, too, that here you are, a 5-time NBA champion. In my opinion, at least, a top 5 all-time NBA player. 8 NBA final appearances in the 1980s. All right? Then he had that swan song in the early 90s with the 91 finals when he pretty much handed the torch to Michael. So that's 9 NBA final appearances in his career, which was, people have to remember, his career was an abbreviated one because it was interrupted when he was only 32 years old because he was diagnosed with HIV. So, and there was no signs of Magic, retiring. He was still playing at or near his peak level. The only thing you could say was he was a little bit slower. Okay, a little bit slower, maybe, but he still was an effective guy as far as playing. And Magic would have kept playing for a couple of years. The greatest point guard of all time. And you have guys like Nick Wright, Chris Broussard, Brian Burger Boy Windhorst telling you how you need to manage your team to become a winner. I mean, seriously. Seriously. And then you could tell that the media, over the last month or month and a half maybe, they slowly have been isolating Magic Johnson as a scapegoat for all that went wrong this season. You know what I'm saying? And you guys know I'm getting ready to go at with this one. It's interesting to note. Now, before I go there, I don't think that he quit because he couldn't fire Luke Walton. But I do think it's possible that that was the icing. Well, not icing on the cake. That's not a good phrase for this one. Not a good metaphor. It's the straw that broke the camel's back. I think it was other things going on, but I do think that he wanted to get rid of Luke Walton as head coach. He had to be. He had to get rid of him. And I think that was blocked by Jenny Buss. So I remember reading quite a while ago that some people think that something was going on between Luke Walton and Jenny Buss. And I don't know about that. But I do know this. I say this. Jenny Buss was banging Phil Jackson at one time. So she do have a thing for 6'10" tall head coaches. Come on. Hey, makes sense, right? Maybe she sees Phil Jr. and Luke Walton. But Magic, I think, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I think Magic isn't a good butcher, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not criticizing Magic Johnson, but I remember reading Richard Nixon once said that to be a great manager, you have to be a good butcher. You have to be able to cut, people. You have to be able to do that. And some people aren't very good at that. And I think Magic Johnson had some problems getting rid of people and trading people that he liked. You know what I'm saying? I think he had some issues with that. But, you know what I'm saying? I do think that if you listen to the press conference, there were two people he didn't mention. He didn't mention Rob Pelinka. And unless I missed it toward the end, because I did cut the video off short, I don't think he mentioned LeBron James. I could be correct. Somebody could correct me if I'm wrong on that one. But he did not mention those two guys. I do think he had issues with those two guys. You know what I'm saying? With LeBron James, I mean, look, the body of evidence with him being a team killer, a cancer to organization, you need no further proof than what we just saw. When you can make Magic Johnson quit on his own team because he don't want to have to deal with the headache and stress of it, hey, you don't need any more affirmation as for LeBron being a team cancer than that. Off the court, LeBron James is a wonderful person. But I don't know what it is about LeBron James, the basketball player. I don't get it. I do not understand it. I don't know whether or not LeBron James, the person, is a good person. I'm trying to do psychoanalysis, man. I'm probably wrong, but I wonder if LeBron James's upbringing might have something to do with it. His personality, it might have something to do with it. Maybe he's a person that is an introverted personality. Maybe he's very introspective. He keeps a lot of things to himself. And it's just by his nature. And he doesn't realize that when he doesn't inform people of very pertinent decisions like leaving a team, and I'm talking about people that are his friends, it comes across as being, it'll come across to other people as him being insensitive and not a straight up guy. Whereas in LeBron's situation, he just feel like, well, no, it's not that. It's just, I'm not good at confrontation or a situation that can lead to confrontation or awkward feelings. You know what I'm saying? I try to psychoanalyze this guy, man, because people always try to say I'm a hater. But yet at the same time, listen to my videos, I'm trying to even give the guy a break with that. But whatever. People hear what they want to hear. But yeah, it's just I don't get it with LeBron, man. He tried to get Eric Spoelstra fired. Everybody remembers what happened to Cleveland when he left the first time with the decision in that debacle. Then he comes back to Cleveland, gets what was his name? Dave Blatt, I think his name, Dave Blatt, got him fired. Like Tiki said, without Kyrie, without Kevin Love, the Cavaliers win 2 games in the series against the Warriors. Then they have the best record in the NBA, I think, at the All-Star break with the best record in the Eastern Conference. And then he gets fired for Tyronn Lue. I don't know, man. It doesn't make any sense, man, really. It does not make any sense with this guy. Then, we all saw what happened with Cleveland. I don't need to go into that. Even ended up trading away his best friend, ended up, trading away Derrick Rose, and Derrick Rose was out of the NBA for a while. Didn't even know that shit. Then he left the Cleveland Cavaliers in ruin, where they're pretty much the worst team in the NBA. Then he goes to LA, and look what's going on. It's just a circus. It's a circus with this guy, man, and it's a shame. But Magic didn't want no parts of that, man. Magic did not want any parts of this circus. All right, and he's gone. And it's a bad look for the Lakers. Dr. Jerry Buss has to be rolling over in his grave. Okay, and if you're a superstar, soon to be free agent, you'd be out of your mind to want to be part of this situation. You'd be out of your fucking gourd. Like, what NBA player right now, whether you're Kevin Durant, whether you're Kyrie Irving, all right, Kemba Walker, Klay Thompson, you know what I'm saying? Whoever who would be looking at this situation and be like, man, this is something I want to be part of? No, no, no. At least years ago, you had the benefit of playing with LeBron James when he was at the peak of his powers. But now what you see is a guy who's declining as an NBA player, but yet he still necessitates other players being in a system where he pretty much gets all the stats and the glory, and you get the criticism. No, who wants to be part of that, man? So the Lakers take a real big L with this one, man. They take a real big L, and I just think it's a shame, man. I think it's a shame, man. The media play a big part in this too. They play they have a lot of culpability in this, Magic, the plan was that this was going to be a throwaway year. This was going to be the year where a LeBron's not really playing with any other legitimate superstar. It'd be nice if we can just make the first round of playoffs. That'll be great. But then it started changing into, well, why can't we, go deep into the playoffs? You know, but this is the thing, though. Even though the Lakers at one point in time were the 4th seed, that schedule was going to get harder. It was going to get harder. While I'm not going to sit there and say that if he didn't miss those 18 games, the Lakers still wouldn't have they still would have missed the playoffs. No, I'm not saying that. But I don't think they would have finished the season at the 4th seed. I think at best, LA probably would have finished at the 6th or 7th. They would have won more games if LeBron was playing, but their schedule was going to get a lot harder. Okay? What really hurt the Lakers, to me, was losing a lot of those early games that they should have won. LeBron's injury and the ineptitude of Luke Walton as coach. All right? But Magic Johnson is gone. I wish him the best. The guy's worth $600 million. So I don't think he's worried about this. He don't need to be distressed. And like you said, he's better off in a ambassador slash ceremonial role, advising off the sideline. He don't need to be part of some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But tell me what you guys think, man.